Two hospitals in Oklahoma are part of a nationwide congressional investigation into potential overcharging for COVID-19 tests. Reporter Paul Monies with our content partner Oklahoma Watch says Democrat Frank Pallone of New Jersey wants to know why some hospitals are charging hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars for COVID tests.
His committee in the House of Representatives is kind of in charge of overseeing, how everyone's kind of complying with the Federal CARES Act and all that chunk of money that came out from the feds to kind of deal with the coronavirus situation across the country. That they're just kind of they're kind of at the early part of this investigation. There's no allegations of wrongdoing. They're just collecting information at this point, but they did send a request to Oklahoma ER and Hospital in Oklahoma City and Tulsa ER and Hospital in Tulsa, both run by the same company, and for some information about billing practices. They're kind of called micro hospitals. They're really small, and they're full service. They're open 24 hours, around the clock, 7 days a week. They have kind of a full function ER department inside the hospital, but they really don't have 4 or 8 beds that you could stay overnight in as a patient. Well, Congressman Pallone is kind of worried that the CARES Act lays out some specific requirements on insurers and on providers in terms of like making sure that testing is at a reasonable price for coronavirus testing. Also, this lab supplies and any other kind of affiliated charges you might have at going to a hospital or a test are kind of covered by your insurer or covered by somebody else, that you're not going to be out of pocket a whole bunch of money. And so he's kind of looked at several of these charges, not necessarily here in Oklahoma, but across the country, from similar types of hospitals and standalone ERs that are in the thousands of dollars for, say, a COVID-19 test or an antibody test. And that's way above what Medicare is paying kind of for the market rate reimbursement for hospitals. And so he's kind of concerned that there's maybe some, bad billing practices or miscoding or something going on. Like I said, they're kind of early stages of this investigation. They've requested documents and all kinds of information from these companies by the end of this week, by July 10th. I reached out to the ones in Oklahoma, and their managing partner got back to me and basically said, look, this is kind of a surprise to us. We don't balance bill, which is kind of the practice of a provider sending a bill beyond insurance to make up the rest of that charge. They're kind of confused about some of the requests, and they said that some of the charges that they've kind of been ascribed to kind of comes down to maybe that first blush of the bill that you might get before the insurance kind of takes a whack at it and gets it lower. And so they kind of think there might be some misunderstanding. They said they're fully going to comply with the committee's request to kind of want to go up to Washington and kind of speak to investigators with the committee and kind of straighten it out from their side of things anyway at this point. We reached out to the Attorney General's office and asked if their consumer protection unit had received any complaints about both the Tulsa and Oklahoma hospitals here, and they said they hadn't gotten any yet at all. And so it may be more just kind of an information request that Congress is doing, but obviously they are concerned about some of this billing practices, from the CARES Act. So there might be some stuff coming out of it. Maybe people come out and say that I've got, a weird bill from this provider, and that might provide some more ammunition to congressional investigators.